Hello, welcome to How to Play Gentlemen's Solitaire, a game for one player. Now, you never know where inspiration or ideas for videos will come from, and I always tell people to like and subscribe to this channel if they like the content. And sometimes the inspiration and content ideas come from subscribers. And we had a new subscriber, Crystal Co. I clicked on her account and I saw this created playlist of card games. There's one game by the Meandering Gentleman that had a solitaire with no name. Later in the video, he determines that it's Napoleon's Tomb that he's playing. And I've already covered this game, of course, but it was 2 decks of cards, and it had a lot more nuance to it. And it was one of those games where you're likely not going to win ever, much less a lot of the time. And his oral tradition of this solitaire Napoleon's Tomb was a lot different than the actual Napoleon's Tomb where we had written records of how to play. So I'll just call this game Gentleman's Solitaire since he's the Meandering Gentleman. And let's go ahead and learn how to play it. Now you're going to need 1 deck of cards, no jokers, and you're going to go ahead and give that a good shuffle. Real good shuffle. And what we're going to do is we're going to build a cross with cards. Now, as long as the card is not a 6 or a 7, they will go in this cross. And then we will be making a discard pile up there. I could have put it a little bit further down. Sorry about that. And we're also basically looking for 6s and 7s. One group of 6s will have will go in the middle. The other will be in a pile to themselves as you get them. And every 7 goes in the corner. Now the next card that has to go up, it doesn't matter the suit, it just matters the rank, will be an 8. You can build on top of that 7 to go all the way up to a king and queen. Now you can play cards from the discard pile onto the foundations, but you cannot redeal. Once you have all the cards dealt, you must undo them from the discard pile or the draw pile to your choice. And once you've built down from the 6 to the ace, you will then put those off to the side. Once 7s are built up to king, they just stay there, and you're just basically looking for those ranks that will fit in. There is no redeal, so everything has to be done right the first time, otherwise you lose this game. Now, the first time I attempted this game, I actually won it. And so I'm thinking, okay, this will be a pretty easy game to film, so I decided I'm going to go ahead and play a few of them just to see what happens. And crazy enough, I managed not to win them. And that threw me for a loop because I thought I had this game figured out, but, you know, I made some errors in this game that I realized later on why they were errors, and one of them was having cards of the same rank in the foundation. I probably should have ignored that too. I think I was trying to get to a specific card. Now, I just had that 6 there. That 6 needs to go in its own foundation right there. Okay, so now I have that 4. I can't do anything. I can take off the foundations. But yeah, there's nothing I could do there. I lost. That game's lost. So I'm going to go ahead and try again. I'm going to go get all these cards up, shuffle them a few times, and do out again. Build the cross. As long as it's not a 6 or a 7, it can stay there. But if it's a 6 or a 7, 6s go in the middle, 7s go off to the corners. Superfluous 6s go ahead and go into their own reserve pile. And other than that, we just play the game. It's a pretty good game, actually, for one card. I didn't see any evidence of it, so if this is actually under a different game and some of you guys know your card games better than I do, let me know in the comments, because honestly, did not see the rules to this game every time we looked up Napoleon's Tomb. Now maybe the problem was we didn't look up Napoleon's Tomb in French. The Meandering Gentleman called this game Napoleon's Tomb with the French words. That's how it was taught to him, that's how he had played it. So that might have been the reason why things were so different. So we're just going to continue on and looking for a 4 or a jack. There's a 4, there's a 3, there's the 2, and there's the ace. Which ace to take? We'll take that ace. And we'll put that pile down. And we'll continue on with our lives. Looking for 8s. We got a 6, so we'll put superfluous 6 down its own pile. Pretty easy game, but yes, you can lose it if you don't keep your sights on the card count and know what's in your discard piles. Knowing your discard piles pretty much everything in this game, but it's just one of those good, simple solitaires, easy to remember the rules, easy to learn. but often you're not going to win it because there is no redeal. And I kind of like the fact that ranks and suits and color doesn't matter. It's just rank that matters as far as building up or building down. And it's something that just makes it a very, very simplistic solitaire game with one deck that's really satisfying. A lot of these solitaires depend on you having 2 decks. And I realize having 2 decks on you when traveling might not be the best situation. Some people might carry 1 deck of cards if they ever carry a deck of cards when traveling. And it's good to have physical entertainment because let's say you're somewhere and you don't have a power source. How can you recharge a phone with no power? That becomes an issue. And you're going to need one day, possibly, God forbid it ever happens, you're going to need to have this knowledge for when disaster strikes. And we don't have electricity, and we don't have electricity for a prolonged period of time. Hopefully that never happens. Hopefully never experience that. But it's good to have a few solitaires memorized that you don't need the rule book, you don't need to look it up, you don't need to look the rules up, because if you don't have electricity, you don't have the internet, you're not learning any of these games. If you don't know them, that's it. So hopefully we never experience that, but if we do, you'll be prepared because you've watched these videos, you've learned these type of games, and when disaster strikes, you'll be ready for it. So we have these 4 corners of 7s, and we have nothing else left. Surprisingly, like I said, first time I played this, won the game. Second time I played this on camera, suddenly I'm losing, and now I'm losing a lot. So I'm wondering, did I just luck out the first game or something? And maybe I did, maybe I didn't. And so the thing you have to remember, you do not have to immediately fill vacancies if you don't want to. You can leave them up there strategically. That might be important. So we'll have to see. And typically, you kind of get the hang of this game after a while. You do not want repeated values on your cross if you can avoid it. You're going to want value cards that can easily fit into the next available card so that you do not run into these issues of not being able to play something. Alright, we fixed that one. We got down to the 3. So we got another jack there. So I'm going to avoid taking that jack. I needed 2. I needed 8. And I can't remember what's buried up there, so maybe I'm in trouble. Okay, there's the last 7. There's the 2, the ace. Okay, things are looking good. We got the 4. For some reason, we decided to put that 2 down there. I'm guessing we thought the 3 would come up, and it did not come up, so we lost. So we'll try again. Yeah, like I said, this was a game that first time I win it, and second time I play it, I lose it. Third time I lose it. Fourth time I lose it. So let's try maybe 5 times is good. Alright, got our first one. Looking like we're doing good. Ooh, well, that 9's not available. That's the other thing to memorize, is you're only playing cards from the cross. If it's in the corner, it's part of a foundation of the 7s, so that's just one thing to remember. Alright, got another pile. Got a 6 started, got the 5. Okay, now I'm missing that 9, could have gone on there. Oh, I took the 9 from the discard pile, which you're allowed to. I'm just hunting for that other 7. Okay, there's that other 7. Now we're cooking with gasoline. Okay. You know what? I think I have a chance here. I really think I have a chance here. Yep, and there we go. We finally won it. We got all our lower foundations made. We got our corner foundations made. And so, like always, if you actually want to play card games in public, come to our subreddit, Card Game Meetups. Post your city, post what games you know, post what games you want to learn. And do visit your local board game cafe. And if you're ever in Branson, Missouri, definitely visit the Branson Board Game Cafe. And also want to welcome 2 new YouTubers to the description. We have Solitaire E-Man. Discovered his channel fairly recently. He's got some games I don't believe I've covered, and they're fairly recent videos. And we have Wax Badger, who also has some games. He's a game designer, and they're both, well, I think Wax Badger's on the Discord server. Not sure about Solitaire E-Man, but do check the description and find the Discord server. We talk about card games all day, every day. If you have questions, if you want answers, If you just want chit chat, if you just want to complain about life in general, come to the Discord channel. And so hopefully I'll see you next video. Do like and subscribe so you'll be updated as soon as these videos come out. And I want to thank today's musician.